Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. Apologies this is coming a little bit later than expected. It is my review of Arsenal 3, Stade Rennais 0. Never in doubt, eh? Never ever in doubt. Really good win. It shouldn't have been that difficult. It should not have been a scoreline of 4-3 on aggregate, but given the situation that we put ourselves in the first leg and given the misfortune I think we can all agree that we had with Socrates sending off, which ultimately resulted in our absolute plunder in that game. It's a very good result tonight, and it follows on from what was a brilliant performance against Manchester United at the weekend. So 5 goals scored, 2 clean sheets. This system, it's taken a long time to get here, but I think we finally found something that could work under Unai Emery. I do still think that maybe he's someone that looks to play it forward at the back, and you know, if we are going to play this system, if we are going to make it our system for the long term, then we have to be realistic about where we're going to invest. I think if we're going to continue with 3 at the back, then we've got to bring in not 1 but 2 centre halves. We've got to bring in more wing backs. If we're going to play 4 at the back, we need wingers. We've only got Reece Nelson coming back from loan, and then we've got our only other real wingers in Mkhitaryan and Iwobi. So we are light in areas, but this system, for the current crop of players we've got, it seems to work brilliantly. Performances from every player were fantastic. The back 3, Nacho Monreal, I thought had a really good game, one of his best this season, and it amazes me that he's 33 years old. As with Koscielny, both of them 33 years of age now, and they just look like they're playing about 10 years younger than they actually are. So really pleased for those two. I think they're both having really strong ends to this season. Whether they carry on into next season remains to be seen, but either way, what they're doing now is fantastic, and I do still think that they've got one more year in them. I think Monreal, especially in that left centre-back role, it's perfectly suited to where he is currently in his career. He's not the fastest anymore, we know that. He can't really play in that full-back role, but as a left centre-back, he's given a lot of cover by the likes of someone like Kolasinac. He doesn't need to track back as much, and he can kind of sit in that left-hand corner of the pitch and do his job, which he does brilliantly. And Koscielny, commanding the centre-halves alongside him, did really, really well. Mustafi, I thought, apart from a few nervy moments, as I say all the time, he had a good game, but it is those nervy moments that I just can't see Mustafi getting out of his game anytime soon. But either way, we kept a clean sheet last night, and I do think going into that game in a couple of weeks' time, I think it's Newcastle we've got coming up. So I would be looking to Newcastle or Everton. I think one of the two, whatever game we've got coming up in 2 weeks' time, I'd be looking to bring Socrates back and continuing with that back 3 system of Monreal, Koscielny and Socrates. That's definitely, I think, our strongest back line and what should see us through till the end of the season. And then we can look to build on that and look to replace some of the older players in that back line. So yeah, feeling positive about that. And the wing backs, Maitland-Niles, again, another fantastic performance. He was brilliant last night. Kolasinac on the other flank, brilliant. The midfield 2 of Xhaka and Aaron Ramsey, brilliant as each other. Mesut Ozil, I thought, worked really, really hard. Struggled to get into the game at times, and you could tell towards the latter stages was a little bit fatigued, but really worked hard, created openings as he always does, finds himself in a lot of space. And of course, the 2 strikers in Aubameyang and Lacazette, who performed brilliantly on the night. Lacazette, you could tell that Rennes were trying to get Rennes, whatever you want to call him, were trying to get him rattled up throughout the course of the evening, and you could tell their game plan, even when we were 2-0 up, was to frustrate us. They slowed the game down at every opportunity that they could. They wouldn't allow us to play at a fast tempo. So fair play. They did that to a good extent, but they didn't do it well enough to get the result in the end on the night. So I think we dealt with their game plan really well, and the way we started the match was brilliant. Maitland-Niles, first of all, down that right-hand side, doing some brilliant stuff. Aaron Ramsey as well, playing it into Aubameyang, scoring 4 minutes in, and then following it up later. Kolasinac doing really, really well to actually not chase through the ball and allow Aubameyang to go after it, and Aubameyang putting it on a sixpence for Maitland-Niles to put in the back of the net to make it 2-0. And 15 minutes in, 2-0 up, it kind of happened too soon. It was the perfect start. It literally could not have gone any better. But I do feel like the team didn't really know how to react, and for a large spell of that first half, should I say, we allowed Rennes to have possession, and we didn't really attack the goal too much. We were kind of we stood off a little bit because we didn't know whether to go for the other goal, whether to sit back and defend what we had. So it was a bit cagey, and we got to half time, and going out into that second half, it started off a bit similarly. We just didn't really know how to grasp the game, and Rennes was certainly having their fair share of possession, and they had a few chances, a few half chances as well. They did a few things to scare us in this game, and they had a very good opportunity right towards the end of the match, which on another day could have gone in the back of the net. So fortunately we made it 3-0, which still didn't add enough security as I would have liked. But Aubameyang getting his second of the evening, really well worked again. Kolasinac with a brilliant ball in, and Aubameyang there to finish it off. With Mkhitaryan and Iwobi coming on, it really did shore things up in the midfield. I thought we looked a lot more confident with those two on the pitch. Mkhitaryan I thought was excellent. I thought Iwobi held the ball up really well, and I just really injected a bit of life into the midfield, which we desperately needed at that point in the game. And yeah, Aubameyang bringing out the mask, love that. But was it the right opportunity to do it? I'm not so sure. I think the best time he could have possibly done it. In hindsight, hindsight's a beautiful thing, but if he'd have scored that penalty at Wembley against Spurs the other week, that would have been a brilliant time to bring out the mask. But you know, he's brought it out. We've seen it. It's a once in a lifetime thing, and I'm pleased that he's done it. It's certainly exciting. But we're through now to the next round of the Europa League, and you know, I think it's actually mental that people are saying that they wouldn't really mind seeing us go out of this competition so that we can focus on top four. First of all, top four is not a guarantee. No matter how easy our running is, no matter how you look at that, it's not a guarantee. Our away form is very, very susceptible to damage. So I'm not too sure how that's going to play out. I am confident about getting top four, but I don't think it's going to be the easy running that so many people are predicting it will be. We can't be overconfident. And the Europa League is another entry to the Champions League against teams that arguably are not as superior as the ones that are in the Premier League, and teams that we should be beating. On that note, we've got Napoli in the next round, which is, in my opinion, the toughest team we could have drawn. I think they're the best team in the competition at the minute, and with the players they've got going forward, Mertens, Insigne, Callahan, it's going to be really, really tough. It's the toughest game we could have got. Going away from home to Naples is going to be very tough. At home, I do think we've got all the capabilities to beat them. They haven't got the best defence in the world. Of course, they've got Koulibaly, but apart from that, I do think they've got a defence that can be got at. But overall, I'm very excited for that game. I think it will be a very entertaining game. Two sides that love to attack, that love going forwards. Vital that we score out there, and I think we've got the capability to do it. But they're a team we know a lot about. Not in recent years, of course, but we've played them quite a couple of times. 2013, 14, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that one. But I mean, you know, what's important is that we've got through the game tonight and we can only win the games that are in front of us. But through to the quarterfinals, and we've got a great opportunity to win this tournament, and I sincerely hope that we take it seriously, because it's another entry to the Champions League. And again, with the likes of Petr Cech and Aaron Ramsey leaving the club in the summer, I think it would be fantastic if we could get them to push us over the line in this tournament. Ramsey's been fantastic since he's been playing recently, and it's a real shame that we're going to lose him. But if he can help us win a European trophy on his way out, then you know, that'd be a fantastic send-off for both him and for the club. But on that note, I'm going to wrap it up there. Please do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, I'll speak to you very, very soon. See you later, guys.